Hey guys, Jimbo here. Was an awesome year. We're into September now, coming up on probably my last month of production. I had a lot of people ask me a bunch of different questions, and I'll try to answer a few of them in this video as I just kind of walk around a little bit. I am getting a better video camera, but this is all I got for right now. A couple of plugs out. Some of the people that have inspired me, Curtis Stone, with the Urban Farmer, Jean-Martin Fortier, the Market Gardener, Elliot Coleman, John Jevons. It's pretty much what I'm doing here is a small plot intensive spin farm, probably on 1/5 of an acre. And this year in April, I took the leap and started Heritage Creek Farm. I've always had a garden and done gardening, but this year I decided to scale it up as much as possible. This is my tomato graveyard. I've just been picking the crap out of everything, and so I can only pick so much, you know. I scored three restaurants and 2 grocery stores this year, and so that was good. Tried lots of different crops. It was a really awesome learning experience. Thought that I was going to be able to do this on the 35 hours a week I put into it, so I guess I'm a part-time farmer. I do a market stand in Skinevus on Sunday, and I also have a small CSA program which I'm going to scale up this following year, where you'll get a share of what's in season 22 weeks of the summer. And I learned a lot. I got to get all this turned over for winter crops. Got these 3 beds here turned over, and still everything's really pumping. And so let's see. I get a lot of people asking, like what can I do? And just to tell you a little bit about me, I work a full-time job and a part-time job, and this is my second part-time job. And so it was a little daunting, and I can tell you right now, at the end of the season, in retrospect, I'm pushing shell shock, because I've been putting in about 100 hours a week. And I think that's a lot of work, but I did the best that I could do with the time that I had to put into it. And what I'm discovering here is that it all comes down to labor and time. And so next year, with the money that I've made this year, it's enabled me to be able to get workers up here, and I have a lot of opportunities to grow and scale this up even more, and which I will next year. But anybody can start growing in their yard. I mean, even a few hours a week, and what it really boils down to is just, instead of having high rotation where you're replanting these beds 4 or 5 times a season, just do like a bi-rotation. But put something in the spring, and then all you gotta do is go out and pick it, and that's not hard. If you don't have space, you can grow sprouts inside. You can grow mushrooms. Those were a big part of my business this year. I'm doing mung bean sprouts, dun pea shoots. I'm doing a rainbow mix with red amaranth and purple daikon radish, and that sells to the grocery stores and some of the fine restaurants. So also the edible flowers was a big success. Nasturtiums, mizuna, marigolds, those all went really well. This greenhouse, I have to pull everything out of here and turn it over for winter crops. Winter crops, you say, is lettuce, your brassicas, cabbage, even some herbs you can put in right now. You probably get another crop of radish, arugula, that type thing. Kale is a super hardy crop and actually gets a little sweeter with some frost on it. Got all these herbs, dill and everything. These beds out here, my corn I planted, this was corn for just me. I planted that a little late. It was probably about 3 weeks late, so that didn't happen. But these other beds have cover crops going in, like winter rye and hairy vetch, and I'm thinking of a pea, some legumes to put some nitrogen in the soil. Still got tons and tons and tons of tomatoes in here. So at least for the next month, I'll have quite a bit of stuff. I think you can get a pretty good idea. This is just one little corner of this greenhouse. So these are crops you put in. You do a little bit of work in the beginning of the year, you mulch, you put black plastic down, and then all you do all summer is you pick your food. And so I was inspired to do this, and part of it is inspiring other people to want a little bit of food sovereignty in their life, and they can definitely do that without a doubt. These are all sugar beets that have to be picked. I still have lots of strawberry rootstock up here. People want that stuff. But as the fall comes in, I'm putting in arugula and lettuce and some winter crops, and then focusing on sprouts, microgreens, and mushrooms. The mushrooms was also a really big success, and I'm thinking that's going to end up, for at least up here in New York, being a niche market. Not too many people are doing it, at least the seasonal mushrooms. So that was a big success too. But you know, if you guys have any questions or comments, you know, feel free to look me up. My number's on the page. Like and subscribe to my page. That would be great. Another project, probably do a series of videos on, is I'm putting in a vertical edible hydroponic farm wall. And I'd like to get this in schools. So that's part of what I've done with the money raising that I've raised off this so far, will be going into. You know, I've tried lots and lots of different things up here. And figured out what's worked and what hasn't. But there's a lot of trial and error. And there is a lot of learning. I mean, it's about getting your hands dirty and doing it. But if you manage your time correctly, I guarantee you know, even if you're thinking of starting a small market garden, and then take the money that you earn and reinvest it into, you know, recapitalize, put it right back in, you know, within a few years, without taking out any loans, on a part-time schedule, you'll get there. So keep on growing, grow the change you want to see in the world, guys. And again, I'll be in Skinevus this Sunday, and you can always get sprouts, microgreens from me. Just message me on Facebook. I will get back to you snappily. So have a great one, and take care, guys. Bye.